Hey everyone, this is Steve Bell, and this is my week two update for my VSG. I had my VSG on the 28th of June, 2016, and just wanted to give you a bit of an update. And my starting weight when I started the whole process back in late May was 155 kilos or 343 pounds. My weight on surgery on the day of my surgery was 144 kilos or 317.5 kilos pounds. So I'd lost about 11 kilos or 25.5 pounds pre surgery. And my stats today are 136.7 kilos and 301.4 pounds. So that's a drop of 18.3 kilos since the start of the process, 41 pounds, 41.6 pounds, or 7 kilo. It's nearly 7.5 kilos since the surgery, and about 16.1 pounds, and with a loss of about 3.2 kilos this week and 7 pounds. So there's all the statistics, and for those exciting things. For people who've been following my journey, thanks everyone. I've probably haven't had the easiest process, as you can hear from my last week's video. But this week has been really positive steps forward. Every day it's been feeling a little bit better. So still recognising that I've still got a hell of a long way to go. I was due to go back to work yesterday, but with the fall that I had a couple of days after coming out of hospital, and then having to go back into hospital for a couple of days, and really, I just really still haven't got the confidence to drive a car. So I've just been taking a little bit easy and thought, look, just going to take it easy for this week. I'm due to go back and see my surgeon on Thursday, so I thought, look, let's hang out till then, and then wait until to plan on going back next week. But on a positive move, this has been everything's moving really well. So, a couple of things I wanted to report back on. One of the things that's really excited me about this whole YouTube thing and the following of videos. It's the people that I've connected into that I've never met, and really hope that I do meet at some stage. And two of them I really wanted to highlight was Green Machine, or Greenie, who she had her surgery about, I think it's about 2 or 3 months ago now. She's another local Victorian, and she's been fantastic. Whenever I post a video, or she's sending me messages and things like that, and it's been great. It's fantastic having that support, Greenie. And the other person I really wanted to highlight was Andrew, he uses the YouTube account and the Instagram account, which is Fighting 400. He's a guy who he's I think he's from Delaware or somewhere in the States. Fantastic guy, mate. You're awesome. You are, and I have a similar kind of background to him. He's got 2 little girls. I've got 2 little boys and a girl. And he's doing great guns. So if you're wanting to follow someone who's just starting up through their journey, and they've just had surgery, please follow those guys. Probably spend more time trying to watch some of the people who are at similar stage to me, than some of the people who have had surgery in the past, but also trying to link in with it. So it's been interesting in the last couple of weeks. I've probably been linking into people who have just, they're not in the YouTube weight loss group or things like that. So it's been great to have their support. Another thing I want to highlight was my blood pressure. I've been on blood pressure tablets for, I think it's about 5 years, or it might even be more than that. And every 6 months I'd go back, have a blood test, go and see the GP, and the GP would go, it's going up again, it's going up again, it's going up again. Last January was probably the time that he turned around to me and goes, Steve, what are you going to do about this? your blood pressure's going up, and my GP is fantastic. He's a great support, but and he also recognised where I was in what I was doing and things like that. So he was the one who recommended the surgery, and at least his recommendation was, look, let's go and have a chat to a surgeon. At that stage, I was thinking, no, there's no way I want to do surgery. It's not something that I need to just get back into some exercise and start losing weight that way, and watching my food, which is the regular cycle that we've all talked about for so many years. But the great thing about my blood pressure has been since all that has, when I went in to do my surgery, I spoke to my surgeon, and my blood pressure had actually gone down. So then, after being that time that I was in and out of hospital for about 4 or 5 days, they kept checking my blood pressure, and they're saying, well, your blood pressure is really good and it's it's in the normals area, so don't worry about your blood pressure tablets at the moment. I was a bit nervous about this, getting off them so quickly, so I was back at the GP last Wednesday, and just double checking my blood pressure and all that kind of stuff, and they're saying, look, we're really happy with it. Don't keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about having it. So I'm going back and seeing, as I said to you all earlier, I'm going back to see my surgeon again here on Thursday. So I think it'll be a regular week by week kind of thing, just trying to work out if it's still a thing. They said, look, you might have to go on a smaller tablet for a while in the next couple of weeks, just while your body's recovering and all that kind of stuff, and gets to its new norms. But I think it's but I'm really pleased that I'm off that blood pressure. So some of the other things that have that happened this week, Xavier, my oldest son, it was his birthday on Saturday, and still trying to recover. We had a bit of a McDonald's birthday, which I know in my son, it was a decision my son had, and it's a bit of a rite of passage to have a McDonald's party, I think. But we had a bit of a McDonald's party down at the local McDonald's for him, for some of his school, with just a couple of his schoolmates, and I was really, really hoping that I'd be able to go. But when it got to Saturday morning, I was right at that point that I was going, well, I'm really still not up to going out in public like that. So, and it was quite interesting because Zave's in prep, which for people over in the States is your first year of primary or elementary school, and we've had a whole lot of social issues with Zave in trying to develop friendships and things like that. So in the sense of having those kind of birthday parties, it's quite a special thing for him to now having a little bit of a friendship group that he can do these kind of things with. So it was quite upsetting not to be able to go to the party. But look, when I look back at it, it was only a small thing that I missed out on. So hopefully, I know it was the right decision to make, but it's a tough decision to make when you're making these kind of things, especially when I keep saying, and it's quite true, it's my motivation in doing the surgery is to actually is to do this so I can still look after my kids, and I don't have a heart attack in 5 years' time, and I can see my kids grow up. So it was a bit of a sad day in the sense that I missed that birthday. But in the night, we actually had some family come over, and I think I did really well. I spent a lot of time on the couch, but I was able to chat to them, and a lot of them hadn't seen me since the surgery, and or since I'd even started my pre-op time. So a lot of them were saying, "Gee, you have lost some weight," and they were really impressed with my bruise. So that was going on. The other thing that happened in a bit of a social sense was on Sunday afternoon. We caught up with some friends who I probably catch up with about once a year, and they're having a baby in the next couple of weeks. So I really wanted to be able to get out to there. And originally we would cancel that lunch date, but we actually I was able to reconnect in with them and at least go for a little while, and which is fantastic. I'm really pleased that we were able to do that, which leads to a bit of a kind of thought process that's been going through my head at the moment, in the sense of, we talk about food, and we talk about in the sense of, I don't know what other people are thinking at the moment, but my thought process around food has been very functionality now, and it's not the kind of I want food, it's more I need food to function. So, and it's a different thought process. So even like my wife last night was making some hamburgers for the kids and herself, and she was going, "Oh, I feel guilty cooking in front of you." I said, "Don't, love. It's all right. I've got no ambition to eat that at the moment. I can't eat that at the moment." And so it's really a different way I'm looking at food, and it's so that I only look at food on the functionality of it that I need it to survive. So I don't know if that'll change over time. I don't know if it'll change with my as my diet, as my what I can eat will increase. I'm still on a fluids diet at the moment, so I've been reading a lot of books and reading after watching a lot of videos. I'm seeing that there's different surgeons have different recommendations, and it sounds like my surgeon's a little bit conservative on that kind of side, but I think that's great, because I think, especially after my fall, I think it's probably what I really need at the moment. So in the sense of like I was thinking about that, feed your body in the sense of making sure you're functioning, you're making sure your body can function, things like that, and making sure things like you're eating your protein and things like that. Feeding your mind, and that's where I've been trying to do a bit more feeding my mind in the sense of what I should be doing with the sleeve and how I deal with the sleeve. And I've been reading a really good book that I found on the Kindle, which was The Ultimate Gastro Sleeve Success by Dr. Dung C. Young, which I might put down on the bottom of my bottom of my profile when I do the comments. And it's really given me a really better understanding of the surgery, what they've done, and the feelings of full, which is something really interesting, because it talks about in the sense of when you in the past your feeling of full has always been down the bottom of your stomach. So when you've eaten too much on a Christmas after a Christmas lunch or something like that, and you feel your belly's just exploding, and it's just that. Where now your function, where your feeling of full is more up here on your chest, the top of your chest. So right where the top of your stomach, so where your belly is. So it's been really interesting looking at that kind of stuff, and getting a bit of a better understanding of how that goes. And it'd be interesting what other people are saying about that. And that's the third thing is just been the feeding of my spirit, feeding of your spirit. And that's where I really rely on you guys through YouTube, and especially after the last 2 weeks. It's been, I have to say, I've been up and down the last couple of weeks. Some days I've been feeling really good, and some days I've been going, why the hell did I even do this? Why have I put myself through this so much stress? Am I ever going to get better? Am I going to move forward? And but now I'm starting to move through that. I'm starting to recognise, I am really starting to feel a lot better from it, and I'm starting to really understand that I am maybe little steps, but I'm still getting there. And so that's where I'm really thankful of the guys, like I've already talked about, Fighting 400 and Greenie, but also the guys like the Fat Kings and Phil and TJ and Warrior and all those guys. Probably been trying to follow some of the guys going through the process. So I find that there's lots of girls out there, and it's great. It's great that you guys are doing that. But I'm just trying to find some of the guys and seeing where it's going. And Kirk's another one that I follow a bit. So I think what else was I going to say? That's probably about it. A couple of other big things that have really lifted my spirits this week. I received a card from work, and I also received a card from my previous supervisor, which they've been two really good things that I just getting those and going, wow, that it just means a lot to me that they've been thinking about me and all that. So especially with work, they sent me something last week, and it's really nice to receive that. So that's about it from me at the moment. As I said to you, moving every day is a step forward. Today's probably the day I've just said to my wife, today's the first day that I'm really starting to feel well, starting to feel good again. And it's even the sense of when I jumped on the scales yesterday, I think the scales, I haven't really even been recognising how much weight I've been losing, and the scales, I know I've been losing the weight, but I feel like it's been a bit of a kind of this, when you get the flu or something like that, you always lose 2 or 3 kilos or something like that. And I think I've just been having that same kind of mindset. It's been because I've been sick, even though it's not sick. It's been because of the surgery, because of the Optifast and all that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to actually feel like, yeah, I can really starting to recognise. And when I start looking at my numbers, I spent a bit of time putting all the numbers into an Excel document today, and I was just going, wow, they're huge. They're huge, and I'm back at numbers that I haven't been at for probably 10 years. So that's really exciting, and so I'm really looking forward to keeping going back to the journey. I'm still not doing any fitness. Still doing very little walking. It doesn't help that it's absolutely freezing in Melbourne this week, but I'm really not up to doing much more than that. I helped with drop-offs to school and kinder yesterday morning, and after doing that, I had to come home and I had to have a nap for about an hour and a half. So, but even today, I got up and I've been able to help around the house a little bit more and help with our kids and especially Matilda, our baby. But yeah, it's just starting to be able to move forward and work through those. So thanks everyone again. Thanks for your well wishes. Thanks for your comments. If you got any questions, comments, please let them fire. And look forward to speaking to you guys all next week. See you later.